You cannot get this kind of diversity in any other city that I could think of. San Francisco, you can go to any neighborhood. You name any kind of cuisine you can get in San Francisco. You look at all the different cultures that make up the city. I'm telling you, it is so rich.
Like many metropolitan areas, San Francisco sees a growing influx of immigrants on a daily basis. For these newcomers, particularly those from China, it can be a difficult acclimation process. Change isn't easy. There are many navigational issues. Some are cultural, some are language-based, and some are occupational. And it is those challenges from which the Charity Cultural Services Center was born many decades ago, serving as a pillar in the community for Chinese immigrants trying to make their way to a better life in San Francisco.
It started at the Victory Hall up on Stockton Street 40 years ago. It was started by an immigrant who is a professor in Hong Kong, who came here with all his knowledge of being a professor, couldn't find work himself here in the city. He had used his position as the president of a nonprofit, a benevolent association, to start a nonprofit that to help people find employable skills, and that's how we started.
This has been an organization that has been at the forefront since 1983 in trying to, bridge gaps, develop opportunities, and help people transition into, a successful life in a place like San Francisco, which is so challenging and so complicated. And despite all of that, we have seen this growing, resilient Chinese community.
Kind of neat, huh, when we're tucked in right in the middle of heart of Chinatown in an alleyway.
I love to give back to my community because when I first came to this country, we didn't have any resources or guidance of how to set our path in our career and our future. Being immigrant, when they come here, they don't know that, there's vocational training for them, even though there's a barrier of language.
Like a lot of people come from the different countries and they just want to change their lifestyle. That's what we are actually giving the more better opportunity for them to grow as an immigrant family. So that's why kind of like, hey, I am actually serious part of their life. That's what makes me so happy and willing to work with them and help them out and support them.
Feed a man a fish, he eats for one day. If you teach a man how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. And I totally believe in that. If I can impart a little bit of knowledge on you, a little bit of knowledge on you, a little bit of knowledge on you, I feel that I have succeeded in what I have done throughout my life.
While CCSC offers a wide variety of programs, they all have one common purpose: to provide the skills necessary for stability, income, and survival. In particular, CCSC's strategy for immigrant acclimation focuses on San Francisco's hospitality sector. Through its culinary and bartending programs, CCSC has placed hundreds, if not thousands, of clients in the food service industry, offering them occupational stability. On any given day, their headquarters on Commercial Street is filled with the sights, smells, and sounds of a bustling restaurant as students practice making drinks, preparing meals, and serving guests.
Our goal here is to teach you Western cooking. We give you a smattering of across the board American, Italian, French. Here is where you make mistakes. Here is where you try to flip the egg and it's on the wall or on the ceiling or on the floor. It's okay, you're learning. And after a while, you understand when to flip, when to turn the pan and catch it so you don't break it. That's what is so rewarding here. You teach and then all of a sudden you see the light bulb go off and it's like, I have succeeded.
If you look at San Francisco, citywide, every single neighborhood, every pocket of the neighborhood, right, you will see low-income immigrant families. I don't care if you're in the Sunset, Richmond, what have you, right? There's a need there. We are here to serve the community in terms of giving them opportunities to have marketable skills. And when people come observe our program, when our graduates leave the program, they come out with a sense of pride. And when they work at local San Francisco eateries, restaurants, what have you, it brings everything back full circle. Then we get phone calls saying, hey, we need some cooks, we need, whatever, right? So it speaks to our success in terms of our students.
What I appreciate is the willingness to support various programs that we have in the city, including City Build. Here in San Francisco, it's always been a place of diversity, creativity, innovation, and that is because we have so many different communities from so many different places who are willing to come together and be a part of the city in some extraordinary ways.
Another key aspect of CCSC's strategy is its City Build program, which offers immigrants the opportunity to learn a trade and get placed in San Francisco's growing construction industry. It is perhaps only fitting that City Build students are being trained for occupations that not only help improve San Francisco, but also make their lives better in the process. City Build, like most programs at CCSC, is changing lives every day, and you need to look no further than Vincent Lang to see an example of this transformation. Vincent came to San Francisco from China and used City Build's services to not only learn English, but also carpentry skills, which allowed him and his young daughter the opportunity to have a better life.
Because I'm getting a better future, that is a better future for them. Yeah. That's how we work. I love construction. That's not the career for me. Yeah, because I want to do something that that we can build and we can see it. Yeah, yeah. This program is a really good program for construction. Not many people know about union or how to join a union. Yeah, at least for me. Yeah, because I'm new from this. I'm new in this country. After Cindy introduced me to this program, yeah, they told me that there are a lot of ways to overcome these obstacles to join a union. Union 叫啊嘛？25蚊半好似一個月，係咯，可以打電話打電話最方便啦。
The American dream is different for everyone. For many of the immigrants that come to CCSC, A union job is the brass ring that creates stability, transformation, and uplift. As the agents of change for people like Vincent Lang, CCSC staff understands the impact it can create. In keeping with their comprehensive approach to client engagement, CCSC has a robust youth program. These programs provide a foundation for the lifelong scope of care that CCSC provides the community.
My mom is Chinese. She was born in Vietnam. And so Saigon fell in 1975, and she came over to the US in 1975 from Vietnam. And she came to San Francisco's Chinatown. And this community welcomed her with open arms. It became her safe haven. But she struggled to learn English. She struggled to get on her feet. Her family struggled to find their place in this community and in the US. And so kind of putting all of this together, I just kind of shot an email over to CCSC and said, hey, you're a great organization. I have this idea for a free virtual tutoring program. I noticed that these Chinese immigrant kids, like my mother, are being disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. I think this could really help them. Just let me know what you think. And then 2 weeks later, we founded the program, and it was just me as the single tutor and 3 kids, and that was that. We wanted to keep it youth-led. That was really important to us. And so we needed to find other youth admin members to lead the team and to pass it on to. So we found our 2.0, Ashley, who goes to SI. We mentored her as well as 2 other youth admin members. And then they took over the program and now are mentoring new admin members.
This program has given me the opportunity to pursue social justice beyond just talking about it in high school, and also just talking about it with my classmates or at assemblies. And I've done advocacy at the local and the national level, but I think really being ingrained and part of the admin team of CCSC tutoring and then seeing through the summer program as well, it's really been a step-by-step process of seeing how your voice really does make an impact on your community and how you can make a bigger change for the next generation.
We've had a recent spike in kids who recently immigrated coming to learn English, and I've actually worked with a lot of kids in English to teach reading comprehension skills and just English speaking skills, and I hope to kind of grow that and to continue our mission and to keep growing the program with more kids and more tutors.
One kid in the summer camp that actually has come a lot this year, his name is Alan. He reminds me a lot of the reason why I started the camp. So he is a 4th grader. He recently immigrated from China, but he is, I would say, 3 or 4 grade levels below where he should be. So he mostly speaks Mandarin. He speaks very little English.
After coming to this camp, go to a field trip with us, he's really opened up, although he can only speak Mandarin now. So they were able to communicate with him, and he really opened up. We can really see the difference. He's a 5th grader, and so now he's ready to go to school.
I saw him open up. I saw him make friends at camp. I saw him become a completely different kid. And now he's so much fun to have at camp. And I feel like he's really found a community, and that's exactly why I started the program.
In having all these wonderful youth leaders that come through our camp, I am so proud of them, and to see some of our kids, the interactions with them actually brings a lot of smiles to a lot of our staff.
And for people like Cindy Fu, CCSC can often be an emotional experience.
The reason I stay and continue working with CCSC is because of people. So I just feel like this is the home, this is like family.
think about myself that, as a new immigrant, and we got a support from the city. We have good school here that I'm able to get my degree, that I'm able to improve myself, that I'm able to get ready on myself to help people.
When I come to this country, I applied more than 20 jobs. I have an interview, but all fail. So it's really, how to say, I go home and cry, and how can I survive here? But since, I take the training here, I have more confidence. It's kind of like a cycle. I'm being helped, but now I'm helping the other, like the newcomers like me that come to this country.
Even just the name being charity, like this idea that we want to focus on charity, not in the sense of like giving to people, but charity as in the way that I receive it is, like in the Bible where they talk about charity, and it really is a word for love, right? And that they are really sharing love, but in the same way empowering people, because so often we come in and we're like what we're doing for someone, which is a little bit defeating for folks sometimes, but that they create space for folks to give back, for folks to be seen, to be valued, and to understand what their contribution is to society. And so I think that that's the piece that's most important, that it's not just like feeling like a burden, but feeling like you are a benefit and an asset and not a deficit.
Just because we are in a compact little nook in the area of San Francisco, it's not like we're being ignored. That, hey, if we can come here and don't speak the dialect and become successful, being a businessman or a lawyer, a scholar, that shows that San Francisco as a city that can provide all this for them.
CCSC is open to serving everyone, regardless of race, color, creed, sexual orientation, whatever, right? Everyone is welcome. As long as they're willing to commit to work hard here, always welcome, we'll always support.
A lot of students come back and thanks to CCSC saying that, hey, my life changed because of this and that, like I go to your program and then things like that. So that's why I love you're just so happy that when you hear those kind of stories, you just love it.
I put my best effort towards everything, so therefore I only have hope. My hope is that we'll continue to get folks like Ella, like Ashley, like Alyssa, to be able to carry the torch forward for this community. This is a thriving community. This is also a community that needs a lot of help. Just hope that the leaders of tomorrow and these young leaders will grow up wanting to kind of contribute back.